No.
But what if I said 8 points in 17 seconds?
I've seen that. I've seen that good.
Well, two of those who made it happen are here tonight. He was one of the game's best defenders ever at Carolina, in the Olympics, and in the NBA. But his 1972 field goal percentage mark at 67% is still an ACC record. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Jones.
Oh, Bobby Jones, okay.
It's been more than 30 years since he threw in those nice soft jumpers in Carmichael, but the mere mention of Sweet D means Walter Davis. Thanks, guys. You know, there's been so much talk through the years about the 8 points in 17 seconds, hardly anybody still remembers that 6 weeks earlier, over at Cameron Indoor Stadium, Bobby Jones kept another Carolina Duke game from going into overtime. Bobby, tell us about that play to end the game.
Well, I think we were tied at about just 2 or 3 seconds to go, and Duke had called a timeout. They had the inbounds at half court, and I think it was Coach Guthers that let me know, hey, you're free to roam. If you see something opening, a soft pass, go for it, which there was a soft pass, and I happened to get it and was able to lay the ball in the other end and just kept on going to the locker room.
That's right. He laid it in, looked back, and kept running to the locker room, and Carolina won 73-71. And then on that March afternoon in Carmichael Auditorium, well, Bobby Jones scored 4 of the 8 points in that overtime period, or in the end of regulation, including a couple of free throws and then a basket off a rebound. It was down to 2 points, 4 seconds were left. Walt, take it from there.
Well, Coach Smith had us in the huddle. Every time he called a timeout, he told us what was going to happen, and we went out there and made it happen. It was Bobby Jones' last game in Carmichael, so we couldn't let him lose that last game. So I had to hit that shot that Mitch Kupchak threw me a great pass. I took a couple dribbles, and I was trying to swish it, and it banked in.
And then what happened on Monday?
In Monday in practice, we went through the whole thing again, and I shot an air ball.
You want to try it again?
You saw that over there.
You got a ball? He wants to go down here, said this is his favorite side.
Redemption.
All right, let's see. Bobby Jones and Walter Davis.
Woo!
You know, some things are synonymous with Carolina basketball. You mentioned 4 corners, and what do you think? Phil Ford. Mention Phil Ford, and what do you think? 4 corners. The 1978 National Player of the Year, Phil Ford. Hey, you look pretty good out there tonight. Have you been working out? Why were you such a perfect fit for the 4 corners?
Well, you know, like I've always said, you know, I get a lot of credit for 4 corners that I think I don't deserve. It was the brainchild of Coach Smith, and they ran 4 corners in North Carolina before I got there, and they ran it after I left. But I think what really made the 4 corners work is, you know, you had to have 5 players that were really good ball handlers, 5 players that were really good free throw shooters, and believe it or not, 5 players that were really good defenders, because, you know, in order for the 4 corners to work, we were really looking to score, but I don't think people understood.
Yeah, I did call it an offense, didn't
I? And you know, like it was my job and John Cushing's job, Dave Colescott's job. We do something called tease, and we'll dribble around and act like we weren't looking to score, and you know, we may get a layup. And then the other team would be frustrated, come down, And it was very important to play good defense. You know, you want to play good defense, they take a quick shot, and you had to rebound, and then you come down, tease a little more, maybe get fouled, make your free throws, and it just took a snowball effect. And before you knew it, you know, we were up 8 or 9 points, and at that point, pretty much the game was over.
No wonder he could run it so well, right? Come on, here. I want you to stand with me right here on the sideline because we're probably going to need each other for what's coming next.